Just finished. West Ham 1, Frankfurt 2. Well, finished quite a while ago. Just headed back to the wheels. I'm gutted. Absolutely gutted. It's partly my fault. I started to sort of get overly confident. I just thought a win was inevitable tonight. But the boys gave it their all. This is not a review of the tournament or anything like that. This is just a review of tonight's game. I thought the boys gave 100%. Every single one of them out there gave everything. I've got no complaints about that whatsoever. It's only half time. I'm trying to remind myself it's only half time, but I think tonight it almost feels a bit like we learned something tonight about Frankfurt, and it's not good news for West Ham, which is they are organised, they are hard to beat, they are hard to play against. And listen, on another day we scored 3 or 4. We had Bowen hit the post, we had Bowen hit the crossbar with his overhead kick. Terrific efforts. Obviously they hit the post as well, but we were just unlucky, if you like. I think it was a very evenly contested game between two really good teams out there tonight. I think Frankfurt were really good, really well organised. Their way end was fantastic. I think next week their way end will also be fantastic as well. I'm just gutted. You know, the first goal went in after less than a minute. When they even sat down, we were still like sort of singing the songs you do at the opening sequence of the game to sort of G the boys up a bit. All I remember is the cross coming in and North heading it. Couldn't tell you who's at fault for West Ham with that. I couldn't see it. I had to see the Frankfurt boy run in. Good header, good goal. And after 1 minute, we're sort of not on the back foot, but what it did do was almost like it silenced the crowd a little bit. The crowd got up straight away, sort of G'ing the boys on a little bit. But it was sort of almost like a slap of reality, if you like, to sort of like, this is the semi-finals now, it's serious, this is how good your opposition is. We obviously got our goal. Antonio scored it, I think. I'll be honest with you, I hadn't had a clue who scored it. Zuma, free kick, Zuma big header at the back post, and I thought it was actually Declan Rice that touched it, but it was Antonio that touched it. We'll take it. I wasn't even convinced it went over the line, to be honest with you. But it was sort of game on. The home end were absolutely bouncing at this point. It shut their way end up for a little period of time, gave us a bit of momentum. And I thought we played well in the first half. I thought we were looking good. Like I said, Jared Bowen hit the post as well. We were playing well. Frankfurt looked dangerous to some extent, but I thought we were sort of coping with it. I thought we were doing okay with sort of Frankfurt's threat, if you want. The second half came round, and their goal was just a real blow, a massive blow tonight, that goal. Lovely through ball, I don't know who it was, and then ended up being Kamada that scored, so I assume it was Lindstrom perhaps, or so, that sort of came through. Really good save from Ariola. It just fell to their player, sort of hit off his shin and rolled in, didn't it? And obviously Jared Bowen's overhead kick. I'll be honest with you, I think we were lacking a little bit of something in the final third tonight. I think for large portions of the game we were getting plenty of the ball in our third, in the middle third. But when it came to sort of the big time, which is who's going to create something, who's going to do something, I felt that we were lacking a little bit. I'm just gutted, honestly. I know it's only half time. I know we go next week and we go again for 90 minutes and we know what we've got to do out there, but the job just got a lot harder. It feels, I don't know, I don't believe in fate. I don't believe in destiny. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I believe that you make your own decisions and whatever happens, happens. So I don't believe in stuff like that. But this week I started to believe in it a little bit. I thought maybe it is, maybe it is a little bit of fate that we win the Europa League in Martin Noble's final season. And tonight I think I've almost gone back, oh, well, I don't believe in fate anymore, kind of thing. Honestly, just gutted, absolutely gutted tonight for many different reasons, but lost for words. It's going to be a long way home, I'll tell you that for free. It's going to be a long way home. But I know it's only half time. I know we go again next week. It just feels, this one feels a little bit different to me tonight. Maybe tomorrow I'll wake up and I'll feel differently. I'll feel more enthusiastic, more motivated, more let's go, let's have it. But tonight just feels a little bit more different to Lyon, and I'm aware we drew that game, so that obviously helps. But Frankfurt were, I'll say impressive, not unbeatable, not like scary or anything like that. I thought they were just impressive. They did what they had to do. They possessed enough attack on the counter-attack to sort of have me a little bit worried for next week. Individual performers, it was good to see Kurt Zouma back, obviously. A little bit worried, went down a couple of times, particularly towards the end. Felt like we should have took him off, to be honest with you, but I don't know how injured he was. I think we would have taken Ben Johnson off in the second half to get Soufal on to sort of add that attack from our right-hand side. That's the one thing I'm a little bit disappointed with, our substitutions, lack of substitutions, lack of game changers maybe, I'm not sure. We took on Ben Rama straight away. It looked like his shot hit the bar, actually. I could be wrong about that, I'm at the other end of the ground, but it looked like it clipped the bar at the post meet on the way out. But whatever, it was a fantastic effort. Declan Rice ran straight over to him, sort of high-fived him a little bit, as I say, more of that side please. But we didn't see any more of that. There was another occasion where a couple of times you got into sort of a good position, but just the cross wasn't good enough, or the shot was underwhelming. We just lacked that little bit of spice in the final third tonight. And you know, I'm aware we hit the woodwork twice, I'm aware of that, right? But sort of bar the goal in the woodwork, I don't remember their keeper being tested. Crosses, I thought Trapp was fantastic for them in goal tonight. For anytime we took the corner or a free kick or that, it just felt like he was going to come out and claim it and win it, and he did most of the time as well. I think Declan Rice was unbelievable tonight, I will say that. For some clubs, big clubs, Man City, obviously Man United and Chelsea, that's the three that are rumoured to be interested in him. They might have considered this as an addition for Declan Rice. Well, he's passed with flying colours, but he gave his all for West Ham tonight. He gave his all for the fans, for his teammates. I thought he was just unbelievable. I thought his passing was fantastic. You know, it was him that gave that long ball to Ben Rama late on in the game, where he almost put him through, not quite, but almost. It's as good as you're going to get that late on in the game. It's rare that an opponent 2-1 up will give you that time and that space in their final third, but they did. I just thought Declan Rice was utter class, to be honest with you. The rest of them I thought played well, and when I say well, I mean 6 or 7 out of 10s. I don't think there was anyone outstanding. Jared Bowen I thought had a good game, but then there was a couple of times he had that free kick late on, he swung it straight into Trapp's hand, which was frustrating. Looked lively though, he did look lively. On another day, Jared Bowen scores 2 tonight. Millimetres in Jared Bowen scoring 0, 1 or 2. Unfortunately, it's ended up on the bad side of it for us. I'm just gutted, to be honest with you. Got a big task ahead of us next week in Germany. But we can do it, we can. I'm not just saying that for the sake of it. I still believe a little bit, not as much as I did before, because we're 2-1 down. You have to sort of... They're now favourites to go through to the final. They're favourites to go to Sevilla. But to some extent, we tend to do better as the underdogs a little bit, don't we? You know, away in Lyon, we were underdogs going out there, we smashed them 3-0. So there's no reason we can't win next Thursday in Germany. We can. But the probability of us going through is less than it was when we kicked off tonight. And I'm aware I keep saying gutted, and apologies, but it sums it up. I think when they scored the first one in the first minute, it was alright, kick in the stomach, and then we got back into it 1-1. Right, come on, let's go on and win this. We're going to make it 2-1. They made it 2-1. And it just seemed to move in slow motion. When I was watching it, it just felt like, you know, it was a fantastic save from Areola, first of all. It's just, unfortunately for him, it rolls to a Frankfurt player. And to some extent, that's the difference between both teams tonight. Whenever we hit the post or whatever, it just bounced out or got cleared for their one. Areola makes a save. And he's following it in. Kamada's following it in. It sort of shins it into the back of the net and just rolled really slowly. Gutting, really. Could have done more options on the bench to bring on, but I'd like to have seen Yarmolenko brought on for the last 10 minutes. I think that's the type of player we're missing. I thought Antonio struggled tonight. I don't think he made much stick. I think he was losing the ball quite a bit. I say a difficult defence, actually. I think his immediate opponent would have been the type of defender that Antonio likes to play against, someone quite slow. But I thought he struggled to get into the game. Fornals was his usual self, but not really the game for Fornals being his usual self. I thought Lanzini was in and out, struggled to make an impact. Understand why Moyes took him off. Souček was busy alongside Declan Rice. Defence, actually, I thought the defence were okay. I thought Creswell had a good game. Johnson, the problem with Johnson is he played well defensively, but he was the one getting the ball a lot in space going forward. And there was a few crosses he did reasonable, but there was also a couple that was a little bit underwhelming. It's frustrating. We usually say missed opportunity for when we lose against the likes of Brentford in the league and stuff, but tonight, I don't know, it might feel differently in the morning, but right now it just feels, that dream that we had, that belief that I had that we were going to lift it, the belief's still there, but it's not very much anymore. And that dream, it's like our song, innit? Our dreams fade and die, and it's almost like tonight they've started to a little bit. But listen, we'll dust ourselves off next week. We go again in Frankfurt. But when I wake up in the morning, it might feel different. I may do a video tomorrow morning, I may not. Depends how I feel. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Sorry it's a bit glum, but you know something, it's hard not to feel because it's such a huge occasion tonight. The excitement, the buzz before the game was something like I've not heard before. And then within a minute, it was sort of like dented, if you like. But hey ho, I guess that has been a West Ham fan. Everything goes really good, everything goes really well. And just when it gets to sort of crunch time, something doesn't quite work out for you here. But if you enjoyed this review, do drop a like on it. It helps the channel out massively. I massively appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, about a third of you watch these videos that aren't subscribed. Please do subscribe, because that also helps the channel out as well. And myself and Gonzo will be back tomorrow night with the Arsenal preview. The games are coming thick and fast, and catch you in a bit.